carriers of the divine flame. It is I, one you know, as Jeshua. The purpose of today's message is to help set you free through a spiritual awareness of your oneness with God. If you find your oneness with God, you will need lesser and lesser contact with your fellow man or woman. But that doesn't eliminate your work with humanity. In fact, it elevates it. This message reminds you of your oneness with God now, with or without material organization or human contacts. The Christ is a feeling or recognition of a presence within your consciousness. It transcends human experience, yet enriches it. Christ is a divine reality. It is the power and presence of God, infinite, complete, and whole. It is part of your consciousness, and, depending on your spiritual unfoldment, it may constitute the whole of your consciousness. It is beyond human description. Christ is a presence and power beyond human ability to rationalize. It can be discerned only through the developed spiritual sense, because it takes something far greater than the brain or intellect to perceive it. It takes spiritual awareness and alertness, which comes as the material world means less and less to you. The coming of the Christ makes the world of human concepts an unreality, decreasing your dependence on anything in the realm of things or thoughts. The second coming, spoken of in your Bible, has always referred to the realization of Christ consciousness by enough individuals upon the path. Unfortunately, the mistranslations and deliberate misinterpretations of the years have allowed humanity to once again surrender their power. I always taught the opposite of this. The Christ is spirit. It is far above things and thoughts. In the presence of the Christ, it is not necessary to entertain a thought. Yet, that same Christ fills you with thoughts emanating from infinite intelligence, wisdom, and divine love, the true center of your being. Christ is the healing influence in your experience, the saving influence, the guiding, directing, maintaining, and sustaining influence, all without your taking a thought. Which of you by taking thought can add to his stature 1 cubit, or can make 1 hair white or black? To the degree that you can transcend human thinking and look through the world of appearances, feeling little or no hate, love, or fear for it or from it, or dependence upon it, you entertain the Christ in your consciousness. In your human experience, you celebrate Christmas, symbolizing the birth of the Christ, but this is a man-made tradition and has almost nothing to do with me or my teachings. The Christ comes not only on December 25th, it may come at any moment of your experience. It may come as a first appearing in a moment of great distress. It depends on how much you have overcome self and opened your consciousness to the Christ. The Christ is always immaculately conceived and brought forth in virginity, in the mind prepared to give up its material sense of existence. This level of enlightenment does not come where there is much personal self, selfishness, self-pity, or self-righteousness. Usually, the Christ comes to one willing to say, "This is not so much about me or mine. It is about transcending this human experience and rising above the joys and sorrows of sense." In your degree of spiritual consciousness, the Christ is born. Just so, the Christ is born in human thought, the lowest place in your individual experience, because all human thought is based on I, me, mine, on getting, acquiring, achieving, and accomplishing. However, even though the Christ is born into such an atmosphere, It soon dispels it. Even a manger can become a holy place. All human thought, when imbued with the Christ, becomes holy. Instead of I, me, mine, and the desires for getting, achieving, and accomplishing, you find within yourself a great sense of love, joy, and freedom, a desire just to be. This manifests as a healing consciousness. You never find a Christ consciousness without it being a healing influence. The moment the Christ touches you, you become a healer, and the degree of your healing power is determined by how you entertain the Christ. When the Christ is born in human consciousness, it must be carefully nurtured. I entertained the Christ without measure, as evidenced by my healing ministry, which is actually largely accurate. The more you know about my actual life and background, the more you will understand my message and mission. It is true that I received early instruction in India and was also a member of the Essenes, who knew the secret of spiritual healing and the mysteries. The Essenes had their origin in India, and their teaching was based on the Hindu mysteries. I encountered a handful of these mystics early in my life and was introduced to their work, leading to my deeper understanding and later enlightenment. So too now must you seek out your teacher. Ask your guides, your spiritual team, to reveal to you one or ones who will help you reach the next level upon the path. This is what I had to do, and as if by silent forces, was guided to many incredible teachers. That is all for today's message, for my channel is growing tired. I have been pleased to be with you today, and look forward to sharing more words again soon. I love you all so dearly. I am one you know as Jeshua.